What's up, people? Today I have a review of Dated Emcee by Shanaka Hobbs. So I hauled this book, or I talked about this book back in November, around Thanksgiving break it was, and I was like, I can read it in a day. I didn't read it at that time, but I did read it in a day. I just finished it maybe like 2 days ago. This is a collection of poetry. Please go check out her website. I'm going to leave it in the description below. It is lovely. I have it sitting right here to inspire me to talk about her, I guess. But it's a gorgeous website. She is so extremely accomplished. And in this collection, she talks about her experiences in the world of hip hop. There are some well-known people who have left some blurbs on the back of the book, including Dave Eggers, who is one of my favorite authors. He wrote The Circle. He also wrote my favorite book, Zaytoon, and What is the What? Oh, What is the What was my... Oh, I'll talk about that later, hopefully. But Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino, whose album I've been listening to nonstop lately, had a nice thing to say, and I think it encapsulates the book quite nicely. He said, Hodge writes with an unpredictable, rare honesty. This collection quietly and simply illustrates love in a complicated world. So on her website, there was a quote about that. A quote that said, "Knock has dated them all," something like that. So in here, she's talking about her experiences with dating and love and hip hop and all of those complications. There are two poems in here that really stuck out to me. One is called Small Poems for Biggie, and the other one is Tupac Couplets. So each of these poems, so Small Poems for Biggie is a collection of haikus, and 24 haikus for each year that he lived. And the couplets for Tupac, it's one line for each year that he lived, and that just kind of, and of course it's 24 lines, and that to me kind of hit home, because you see these lines, that the visualization of these lines is only 24 lines, and they were so young when they passed away, and so much talent at the peak of their careers, and they passed away. So you see those lines and it kind of hits home about how young they were when they were murdered. So those poems really hit hard. There are other poems in here that just kind of calls out whack MCs. The first one, Dated Emcees, the title poem, talks about the OG MC and the ones who kind of fall off the wagon, who are still trying to keep it together. And I love the structure. I really love the structure of the poems in here. Some of them are in prose, but it's still poems. If you can see that, you see that it's in straight prose, and then you have some that are not, are kind of like the abstract. The visualization of it is kind of abstract, like right here. It's just, you have all the spacing and everything. So that helps to give rhythm and flavor to the poetry that is in here, which is why I deeply enjoy this. I actually need to do another reading of this. My experience with reading poetry is I have to do it more than once. Sorry. My app is reminding me to breathe. I have to do it more than once in order to get it. I do appreciate the art of poetry, but it is not my go-to literary choice. I love words, I love prose, I love novels and literature. Poems require me to think a little bit more, and I don't know how I like that. But I really enjoyed this one. And I do want to get more into poetry. And this is a good start for the year. A dope lady talking about her experiences, very transparent. And I think this is a really good read. Go ahead and pick it up. It's very small, about 63 pages. If you get poetry, you can read it in one sitting. If not, if you're like me and you need to give it some more thought and think about it a little bit more, it may take a little bit of time to read it, but that's okay because you're giving it the attention that it needs. So Dope Emcee by Shanaka Hodge. Go ahead, check it out. I'm going to leave the link to her website below. Check her out, and I hope you enjoy it. Please tell me what you think about it. I want to hear your thoughts, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.